Yo, 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 what is up, YouTube? Playing some Medusa today. Oh, we're against Skyfire. Okay, nice. I don't know what rank he is, but he's a friend of a friend, to say the least. Wait, no, he's a brother or a cousin of a friend. I don't remember, but either way, I went against him yesterday on stream. Not a bad player by any means, so hopefully this will be a good game. Playing some Medusa today for you guys to hopefully show you guys how strong this character is, especially in the early game. Her early game is actually like uncontested, I think. The only characters like hunters, I mean, that come close to contesting her early game, in my opinion, is Chiron, because his passive is insane. It gives him a bunch of healing, bunch of power, etc. And on her, as far as like actually fighting each other goes, she doesn't have like the best clear of all time. You know, it's not bad by any means, but probably similar to Uller, similar to On her, etc. Probably outclears Ho Yi. So I'm not trying to say that Medusa is the best hunter in the early game. I'm more so just saying that she has the highest DPS potential. Like if we were to walk over here to this red buff and fight over it and just all in each other, Hachimon's damage would not come even close to Medusa's. Is basically what I'm getting at here. I don't know, honestly. I don't know if On her could come close to her or not. On her's passive is incredibly, incredibly good. So he could probably be like the best one at fighting her, level 3, in this current ban set. In fact, I probably should have just taken the fight against him. I'm so used to just explaining things early game that I wasn't even attacking him. But like, I should have been abusing the fact that my character is OP in the early game, right? Definitely should have fought. So the main reason why she's so strong at fighting other hunters and just in general has insane DPS is because of her one, basically. If you... Oh, okay, he's just giving this up. If you land your Viper shots on your opponent, chances are you're just going to win the fight. At least if it's another hunter, right? If it's not a hunter, it really depends. Dude, Claw Shard is so bad now. Not Claw Shard, what do I always call it? That Golden Shard is so bad now, holy. Actually has like no clear. Might think about buying this item less. I think it's still probably good in mirror matches where like clear matters a ton, but seems kind of weak to me personally. I'm just gonna clear this so I can hit 5 here. And then we're actually just going to fight him. We don't have our Viper shots, which is worth noting. I'm going to ult him and the minion wave, because this is what every Medusa player does to me. Oh, oh. Okay, so I missed one of my Viper shots. Lit my first match. I didn't even see that. But as you can see, Medusa's early game is just so freaking good, man. Of course, we had our ult there and he didn't, which gives us a big advantage. But part of the reason why we had our ults is because we had early pressure. And also we got red buff over him. And part of the reason why we got red buff, the entire reason actually, is because we have early pressure and he knows it, right? So you just can't really fight into it. I actually hate going against Medusa and also Chiron, because their early game just feels so like brain dead easy. Like basically once the other hunters are banned, because let's be real, most of the time if On her, Uller, and Ho Yi are open, that's where most people are gonna go, right? He could ult towards me here. I'm surprised he didn't stick that fight. He doesn't have a Seraphic or anything like that, because he used it at the same time I used mine. Maybe he just didn't think he could get the kill. I don't think he could have either, but he would have gotten close. I mean, it was worth a shot. I don't know if I'm supposed to actually, because I'm no Medusa main, obviously. I don't know if I'm supposed to max the 2 or just level it a couple times and then put points into the 1. I honestly have no idea. But I think I'm just going to end up maxing it here. Of course, it's good clear. It's good ability burst damage as well. How much damage does it go up by? 50? I don't really feel like doing the math on how many times the 1 ticks, to be honest, to like figure out how much damage it does. I don't feel like looking at all that, so I'm just gonna level the 2 and call it a day. But if you're a Medusa main and you think leveling the 1 is OP, or just putting a couple points in the 2 for clear, and you like leveling the 1, then go right for it, man. Probably is better. Or ulting him here for the slow mainly. Okay. I gotta be honest, like, this is why I hate going against Medusa in the early game so much, is because this character, it just feels like it was what I was trying to explain a second ago. Chiron and Medusa, once all the other hunters are banned, the top 3, I mean, I did not mean to take a tower shot, by the way. It feels like a cheat code where it's just like Medusa, for example, just outboxes every hunter in the early game once those guys are banned. I think she even outboxes, you know, them even when they're not banned. But you're back. But the other guys have a much higher chance, obviously. To be clear, by the way, because I don't want anybody to misunderstand what I'm trying to say. On her beats Medusa really hard. I was just specifically talking about the early game, right? The early game is it's a kind of like a mixed bag. I don't really know honestly which one wins between On Her and Medusa. I haven't seen it in a long time, but it would be very close. I would imagine if Medusa actually does land all 4 for Viper shots and doesn't get like stunned on a wall by On Her, she would win, is what I would imagine. If she gets put on the wall, it's a little bit of a different story, right? Wait, is this guy AFK? I like just hit me. Maybe he is AFK. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess he is AFK. All right, I'll just go ahead and skip you guys because he's going to surrender at 5. You know, here, you know what? Might as well just show you guys the F6. All right, guys, I will skip you guys into the next game. Thank you so much for watching. A little bit of an interesting early game. I have a feeling this is going to be a bit of an F6 montage, especially as I, you know, warm up more and more because I did just wake up. As I warm up more and more, and I play more and more Medusa, I'm going to get better at it, and people are going to start F6ing even faster and harder, I would imagine. That's what she said. So I'll go ahead and skip you guys into the next game. Hopefully it's a good game. Oh, maybe I even lose, man. But hopefully we... Dude said boring. I'm sorry, man. Like, I agree. I hate going against Medusa and Chiron when I'm a hunter. I actually hate it. It's so annoying. Like, she's just unboxable. But either way, I'll skip you guys into the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. All right, guys, we're off into the next game, and we're against a Master Border Fafnir. Huh. And this is a GM player, too, by the way. Oh, and just to be clear, I checked, because I was kind of curious, because I didn't know. I probably shouldn't get my dash level 3, huh? Yeah, why not? We'll not get the dash. We don't need it versus a Fafnir. What was I saying a second ago? Oh, it's something along the lines of, I checked that Hachiman that I just faced, that you guys just saw me face. I checked his history, or not his history, I checked his profile, and his account was level 75, so I think it's a Smurf, I have no idea. But he is a Masters dueler, to be clear, because a lot of people want to see games like that last game and be like, oh, dude, if I was against literal bronze players like that, I would have great elo too, and it's like, dude, these are diamond players, Masters players, GM players, they're just not as good as you give them credit for via the rank. I don't know what to say about that. This guy, of course, is playing Fafnir, but he is a Zhong main. In fact, this is like the first time I think I've ever seen him play something that's not Zhong in my games, like ever, out of like 50 games, actually. But he's a Zhong main. I know him pretty well. He's a Masters GM player. And normally I would just assume this was a bad recording and move on with my life immediately, because it's a Guardian, but it is a Master Supporter Guardian, and it is a GM player, so... And also, Fafnir actually is an incredibly good late game Guardian, like really good late game, and it is notable, worth mentioning, that he does have a disarm, so that makes him slightly better into hunters for that reason. But still, let's be real, this game should not be hard. This game is going to basically be a guide on how to snowball against characters that can't fight you early game. Okay, I think I missed my spit on the big one there, I think is what happened. But this is a matchup where I promise you, because I've actually played a fair amount of Fafnir in Duel. He actually is arguably one of the strongest late game Guardians, right next to like Kuzumbo. He actually, very, very strong late game. Now the problem with Fafnir is his early game is terrible because his cooldowns are long. His cooldowns are long, it takes him a very long time to get online. He has a hard time clearing and stuff like that, right? I wonder, yeah, I was gonna see if I could dive him there, potentially, but no point. Alright, we're blocking his clear because we're being jerks, we're being tryhards, whatever you want to call it. We don't want to give him any farm that he doesn't deserve, that he hasn't earned. We're being super mean. We're gonna wait for this scepter thingy to spawn while that wave pushes under tower. Hopefully we can get it and get out. It'll be just fine. Should be able to. It is worth mentioning that we don't have our relic anymore or our, No, we're not going to get it. Oh, wait. Alright, so we're going to have to pop both of our potions here and hope that we live. We did not. Okay, we kind of just sacrificed ourselves for the scepter there, basically. I mean, I think that kind of goes without saying. I didn't have beads or my ult because I don't have beads, right? We have horrifics. And I took the damage from his ult. It's worth mentioning that I actually took the transformation damage because I was standing in there trying to get the scepter. I was kind of banking on him just missing his jump on me, to be honest, but oh well, not a big deal. It doesn't really change the fact that we can snowball this game out pretty hard. It is slightly embarrassing, but it goes how it goes. I kind of didn't expect him to actually play that aggro and actually be able to kill me. I thought he was going to go for the scepter there, more or less. He did not. He doesn't have his ult right now, worth mentioning. And we do have our ult. He can always jump over this wall. He actually misplayed, I think. I'm gonna wait for him to turn around to hammer me, and he messed up. Okay, so like I saw him turn around initially. I don't know if he had the hammer or he was about to hammer, but either way I saw him turn around initially, so I started ulting, and it looks like he turned around again, faced the other way because he saw me ulting, and then tried to turn around after the ult and stun me, is what it looked like. And so he ended up getting stoned. But either way, I think even if he doesn't get stoned, as long as I don't get stunned, which, you know, I might have gotten stunned if I didn't stun him, but as long as I don't get stunned there, I think he dies either way. Well, this thing just spawned right here. It clearly wants me to take it. I mean, it's so obvious it needs me, so we're just going to go ahead and take it. We're going to back up here. But yeah, I mean, he kind of just inted. He kind of did the same thing I did, to be honest. Where it was just like dying in the most unnecessary way possible, basically, is what I'm trying to say here. Okay, he does have his blue on him. It's good to note. I am going second item crit, which he might end up going anti-crit, which I think is perfectly fine. I just really like second item crit in this meta, especially when you don't really feel like you need a lot of lifesteal from your Aussie. If you don't really need Aussie, another option would have been going into Executioner really quickly. And I think I still might go Executioner because at the end of the day, he has a health chalice, he has Bancrofts, he has meditation, he has a heal on his 2, and he's likely to go even more lifesteal. So long story short, he has a lot of healing, and XC is like arguably the easiest way to get anti-heal as a hunter right now. I don't really like Toxic Blade. Don't really like Toxic Blade. And what else is there? I mean, there's like brawlers, right? But I'm going to go an attack speed build, so I think we just try to force this a little bit. If he comes straight here, then we obviously don't fight it. But a lot of the times, people don't expect you to go for early bull demons like this because it is pretty early, and a lot of the time you don't get anything off of it. But when you're against a guardian, the early bull demon is very, very impactful. He's going to try to stun me, and then he's going to ult because my dash is down. It's fine by me. But he did end up missing the hammer, so he just wants to stun and then transform again. If he jumps on me, I will just all in him. Looks like he's just abandoning. I mean, pretty much his entire plan that he had in his head there just all went wrong, is what happened. I mean, there's just not a lot he can do, right? There's not a lot he can do. He is a Fafnir. I am a Medusa. Always want to stay objective-minded. You don't want to try to chase kills for too long. Now, give me 1 second while I chase this kill real fast. And he messed up. I don't know why he just entered like that. I don't understand why this is... Okay, yep. I'm actually glad that he surrendered because this is obviously... I was obviously going to win this game, but he could have stretched it on long and whatnot, right? So I'm glad. Also known as... This is going to go into my F6 compilation. I think that's really just what's going to happen, is we're going to end up with a bunch of F6s. I'll queue up again. Maybe I'll even skip this queue so I can dodge this guy, hopefully, because I want him to be different people each time. Slipping and sliding all over. Snake? What? What does that even mean? Alright, I'm gonna queue up again. I'll skip you guys into the next one. Hopefully we get a good game. But like I'm not skipping any games. I'm not skipping losses. I'm just showing you guys me playing Medusa and hoping that we get a good game. But it's likely to just be a bunch of surrenders. Even if it is a bunch of surrenders and you guys don't get to see my build, I will try my best to explain what I think is a good Medusa build at the end of the video. Although keep in mind, not a Medusa main, but you know, I'll tell you guys what I would like to build on this character. It's pretty similar to most other hunters. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll skip you guys. Goodbye. Alright guys, we're off into game 3, and we're against the Morgan. My least favorite. Some of you guys may not know this because you're like newer viewers or whatnot, but the OGs all know that I hate the Morgan. I hate her so much. I almost always permaban her. In fact, I have her banned in like 99% of my games. For whatever reason, I didn't do it today. I guess I just didn't think that this guy would pick it. I literally skipped a queue and everything, but apparently he skipped a queue as well, trying to dodge me, no doubt. And now he's the Morgan, and I'm Medusa. I think Medusa definitely stands a pretty good chance into Morgan. Usually what I hate going against her as is I hate being a melee into the Morgan, generally speaking. But I mean, this is okay. Like the main problem with this is, I mean, it's a little bit give and take because, for one, I just play worse versus that character. Like, I actually just play worse. So, like, if I expect that, I'm going to play bad. I just play worse versus character. She mentally, what am I trying to say here? It mentally defeats me every time for whatever reason. But what I will say is this guy is not exactly your most experienced the Morgan player, so I seriously doubt. Oh, what the heck? Did I not use my one? I never used that in the beginning of the game. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. This guy's not the most experienced the Morgan player. He will no doubt make some misplays that we can take advantage of, hopefully. Hopefully he plays a little bit too aggressive. That would be nice. Alright, so anyways, as I was saying, he will undoubtedly make some mistakes and not pop his Aegis and be a total weirdo. But also, like, he shouldn't even win Aegis to begin with. Definitely not the preferred relic. I mean, they usually go Shell, but now that I think about it, the last time I saw them go Shell was ages ago when Shell was good. And it's been a long time since then. I've been banning the Morgan a lot since then, right? So, but here we are, yet again, against a GM player. Same GM player, but a GM player nonetheless. And on a character I hate going against so freaking much. I hate her so much. I hate her so much. But we're doing okay so far.
Excellent choice.
And we just got a friend request from Dot. I wonder if they did that on purpose. It used to actually tell you who friended you. Now it doesn't. And I could see it both ways. Like, either they turned it off for like streamers, you know? Like they turned it off for everyone, but I mean, like, they turned it off for the streamers and YouTubers and stuff. See if somebody had like a weird name and didn't go into your video or stream, or if it simply just accidentally like bugged out one day and they never fixed it. I could definitely see either one of those things being true. Try our best to secure this rock here. He does have a Bancrofts. Pop our health chalice nice and early. The scepter should be able to reveal her. Oh, my auto attacks are not looking good right now, that's for sure. I feel like she went to the right. I can see you, man. I could see her because of the scepter. Oh my god. I could see her because of the scepter. I can't explain. I think, like, I saw it shooting her. Like, I didn't even see damage numbers. I just saw it, the direction the bolts were going or whatever. I don't know. All I know is I could see her one way or another. One way or another. Alright, we're gonna get some crit. As per usual. Now, the crit is a little bit dangerous here because he might very well just, like, turn into me and destroy me with crit himself. But either way, I think we're gonna be just fine, no problem. As long as we get the as long as we start the fight on him is the main thing. Like that's why I might even go blink as well. I mean, assuming this game gets to that point, assuming he doesn't just surrender. But I might go blink just so I can always be the one who starts the fight, because it's very important to be the one who starts the fight. Because if I can start critting her and then she transforms into me, even if she tries to stun me, I'll ult the stun, right? If she tries to stun me, then turn into me, I'll ult the stun and I'll pop my one and I'll fight her and she'll be lower HP as me, then, you know, vice versa, right? So it'll basically be Medusa on Medusa crime, except I'll be like 75% health and he'll be like half HP, and I should just win unless I get super out crit. Alright, I kind of just out auto attacked her a little bit there. I think she honestly landed a pretty decent amount of autos. I think the main thing there is just, you know, I started off with higher health. At least I think I did. I think I started off with higher health, and also I have a red buff, right? So is worth mentioning.
Excellent choice.
I think we're gonna go straight into, what do we want here? All right, we'll go straight into magic defense, I suppose, because I was thinking about like going more crit or more damage or something, but it's a little bit early. It is a little bit early to be going, like I kind of want to get a silver branch, which by the way, I'll explain my idea and my thought process on the build and silver branch later in the video, because, you know, spoiler alert, you don't have to go silver branch. It's definitely an optional thing on Medusa, because her attack speed steroid is a bit different and it only really gives it to you for 4 Viper shots, right? So it's one of those items where you can take it or leave it. You definitely don't need to get it, but I prefer to get it. Okay, well, we got another F6. Should I skip 2 Qs? Should I not skip a Q at all? And like, I don't really want to make this entire video about going against this guy. Maybe I'll just skip 2 Qs. I don't know. I'll see you guys in the next video. Or in the next game, I'll give you guys another F6 to add to this F6 complimation. I never know how to say that word, man. Complimation. Whatever. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next game. Thank you so much for watching. Alright guys, going into the 4th game, and I actually did ban the Morgan this time, thankfully. We're against yet another Hachiman. No surprise, considering pretty much all the other hunters are banned. There's only like 3 hunters that really get picked a lot, from what I notice. After like the top 3 are banned, it's like Chiron, Medusa, and Hachiman. That's about it, really. And we went against, can't speak, man. We have went against 2 Hachis today. I'm surprised I haven't gotten a Medusa mirror, to be honest. Like I said, I usually go against a lot of Medusas here recently. It's part of the reason why I've been ulting the wave and stuff. Not because it's like, not because I'm an idiot and didn't know that that was a pretty good strat, but it's just Medusa ulting the wave is a little bit different than other hunters ulting the wave, like on her and Chiron and stuff like that, because while you can hit multiple people, like you can hit the wave and them with it, they kind of have to be like right next to the wave. Whereas Medusa, she's pretty... Does this guy actually want to fight me? Okay. Yeah, he does have a shell, interestingly enough. So, this is what I meant by, I should have fought that first Hachiman instead of just waiting there, because I'm so used to going against, like, I don't pick the super high pressure hunters like this, and when I do, it's like the very highest tier of them, you know, like on her and stuff, and it's usually a mirror match, right? So it's a little bit different. I'm not used to picking a super high pressure hunter versus like these beta hunters. So I'm just kind of used to chilling, minding my business, you know, doing my YouTube intro, you know, whatever, right? And this guy's just walking up on my tower line trying to fight me. Granted, he was mostly just trying to hit me with his ranged autos on with his one, but still, he's just walking up to me. And he has shell instead of horrific. So like, not only does my character outclass him, but my build, or not my build, my relic choice also outclasses him. It's not even close. He actually can't win that. And I'm glad that he decided to take that fight, because it demonstrates what, you know, the point I'm trying to prove, right? And it also demonstrates that I was right about how I was supposed to fight that Hachi at the beginning of the video. So we're gonna back up here, finish off our Griffin Wing. Can we get a chalice? If we sell these, we can get pretty darn close. Pop our one in the fountain. Alright. No big deal.
No problem.
No problem. Yeah, playing Medusa really does feel like a cheat code. I don't really like her that much. Not a huge fan of playing her. I like her being on my team. Like when I play like jousts and stuff, I always, I always throw out that random like Medusa suggestion to my hunter to see if they want to play it. Because I love Medusa's burst damage, and I think her ult is incredibly strong. A 2-second stun, like while it may be inconsistent, you don't always hit it. A 2-second stun is a really big deal, man. It does a lot of damage and it zones people. Makes it to where it's hard, like the enemy carries have a hard time following up or helping their tank. Like if, say you're Sobek, the enemy Sobek plucks in and you Fafnir hammer him and you go on him, right? You can Medusa ult and the carries will have to like kind of turn around and not be able to help their Sobek that plucked in, right? Alright, so we probably are just gonna fight this guy, force the fight. Now he positioned himself pretty well. Okay. He positioned himself pretty well to where I couldn't ult the entire minion wave and him. A little bit of a misplay on my part, but we just do an absolutely absurd amount of damage, so we can pretty much get away with whatever we want here. Just gonna poke that down a little bit, and we're gonna back. Now, what do we buy? Go straight into crit, as per usual, baby. Same build every game. I think not going second item crit on like a lot of hunters is pretty troll, but especially Medusa. Because Medusa just does so much damage and has such a good early game that why wouldn't you just like stack onto that and make it even better, right? Don't really know why this guy is pushing up to us. Should just be able to win this trade. He might have a shell. That's one thing I was worried about, is I don't know if his shell came back up, but now that I think about it, he shelled around the same time my horrific, a little bit after actually, and my horrific's not back up, so a little bit unnecessarily afraid of a shell there. Better safe than sorry though. Keep stuff like that and be aware of stuff like that, even when it's not true. You know, sometimes you just gotta keep thinking, keep using your brain. Secure this rock, secure the red buff. You can actually spit off of this rock, I'm pretty sure. I think I had that happen to me the other day. You can hit the rock with it and it'll spit behind it, and also you can ult through it. I actually tried to hide behind that rock from Medusa's ult the other day and it hit me, and I was so depressed. Dude, like that clear, like that's only a rank 2 Viper shot, and I'm just autoing the big one and it literally smelts it instantly. I usually level the Viper shot over the ult, but let me look at the ult. I mean, it goes up by 100 damage. I don't know, that's kind of a lot, man. Like, I'm pretty sure the damage gets reduced if they're looking away from it, but either way, that's still like a lot of damage. I probably should just level the ult. There's no way he can fight me right now. I have a red buff, I have a red pot, and I have crit. If I were to crit this guy, his entire life force would just go kaput. And so I'm so confident, I'm just going to go over here and dash to the bull demon. Oh my, dude, look at this damage. We only got 1 crit so far. That was 1 crit on the bull demon, just 1. Oh. Wow, so for all the people who comment about how you don't want to see me int and you don't want to see me troll, you want to see me destroy people so you can learn from it and live vicariously through me, you guys are going to love this video, man. I'll go ahead and skip you guys into the next game. Thank you so much for watching. Alright guys, we're moving on to the 5th game. I think this is the 5th game anyways. And we're playing against another hunter, Rom. Rom actually has a pretty good early game too, because he insta-clears the first wave and a little bit of the second wave because he has the arrows and whatnot, right? So Rom actually has a pretty decent early game, although I will say, while he does clear the wave pretty quickly, and while, yeah, let me buy my stuff here. He clears the wave pretty quickly. And he does actually pretty decent auto attack damage because he's got an auto stem, that being his 2, and his 1 makes him do extra damage with autos, but he does have to use most of those on the wave. There's no way he can outbox me in the early game. I would have to just simply miss more auto attacks than he did. I did mess up a little bit, I think, by not getting my dash. I kind of just got 2 points in the spray. And the dash is what allows you to get kills early a lot of the time. And I also didn't pop my 1. Dang it. Dang it, man. I had to play one game in between the last one you guys saw because Medusa actually got banned. So I had to play a non-recording Gilgamesh game. So it's been a minute since we... Oh. Is he like flicking his autos? Is he like doing that? It was weird. But yeah, I'm not really going that hard for the kill here. Or even poke for that matter because... we'll wait until the minions get closer to start bullying him a little bit. And also because I don't have my dash, I don't know how much kill potential I have. I don't really know why he's doing the little dance right there. Either he's just simply messing around or he's already given up. But as you can see, he does actually out clear. Yeah, I should have got my dash, man, because I kind of wasn't really thinking about it. It's my kill pressure. And also the dash helps you clear, actually. It does damage to the minions, so... Definitely misplayed by not getting the dash. But as you can see, like, I was right about him having much better clear than us. Especially since I didn't get my dash. I mean, to be fair, that is my fault. But he did have better clear, but it's only on, like, the first wave or so. Especially if he starts getting poked out. I'll try to hit him with a little fadeaway auto there. We did not get it. Unlucky. I don't think he'll contest this, but maybe I'm wrong. No way. Ah, I gave him that. That's so unlucky. I tried to like do that cute little like auto attack into dash burst combo because I thought he was going to auto it once, and if he autoed it once it would have worked. But clearly he did not auto it once. I don't want to get in that threshold where he can kill us here. I've misplayed too much. I used too many of my, you know, resources, like tanking that and using all my abilities on the buff. And also I gave him a red buff, which is going to make his autos and his ult hit harder, right? Not really a Medusa problem. That's just a me problem. I shouldn't have done that. I thought maybe with Viper Shot, because, you know, I've been hyping up how strong Viper Shot is. I thought maybe with that plus Wing Shard, we would be able to secure that buff really quickly, but... I was wrong. I was wrong. Goes how it goes. Lack of Medusa experience. No big deal. Should be able to close this game out rather nicely regardless. We do have the Scepter. Well, we don't have our ult, and he does have his ult. We did mess him up there, though. The only problem with Rom is when he gets low HP, and he gets you low HP, he goes into the air, and then kills you from the air, right? And you can't hit him because he's in the air. So... Gotta respect that a little bit. Please, please, please. Oh my gosh. That was so scary, dude. We do still have our well, not still. We have our ult now, but we can definitely use that to defend a bit. We are in that threshold where like I can kind of die really quickly in my ult animation kind of thing, so we got to keep that in mind. But he has a health chalice over us. That's why he's like out sustaining us so hard. No, man, he's poking us. He's poking us. Bro, I swear Medusa ult is actually a cheat code. This character is so dumb. Even when you misplay, it doesn't even matter, man. What the heck? How did that stun me?
Not bad in a pinch.
Welcome to Smite, man. I agree, he was kind of looking away from it a little bit, but Smite is such a bad game. I mean, there's a reason why they're creating Smite 2 and doing it all on a new engine and all that good stuff. And the reason is because this game was built on like, what, a 2010 engine or something? It might actually be even older than that. I'm not the most experienced in that field. Like, I don't know what's happening, but definitely a super, super old engine and latency, and there's just a lot of problems with it. Yeah, that's not going to be even close, Bucko. I understand you have the red buff, so you're feeling pretty tough. But I have the scepter, although that didn't do much damage, let's be real. But it's worth mentioning. I have the scepter, and also I'm just Medusa, so I do way more damage if I can actually get my stuff off in succession and not be juked and whatnot, right?
Be right back.
So we're going to back, and we're going to, just like I've done in previous games, I'm going to buy Boomerang, and I'm going to get a Potion of Power, baby. And so we should just out DPS him so much right now. Like, it should not be even close. He doesn't even have finished Aussie, but even if he did have finished Aussie, it would not be even close. Yep, sounds about right. That's a Medusa moment right there. This character is absolutely absurd. Literally a broken character. I mean, she's not overall broken. It's just she has a pretty solid kit, you know. She doesn't really have CC in the 1, 2, 3 buttons, which is worth mentioning. But she just has a solid kit, and she just does a lot of damage. It's not that her kit is really that overwhelming compared to other hunters, because honestly, it's not. She doesn't have that much CC, you know, and whatnot, right? But, it just does so much damage. She's kind of like the hunter Anubis, but she has a dash. Now, the dash can be caught. Yeah, you're dead. Yeah, you're dead, pal. Bro said 500 pot, question mark? Yes. I don't know if that's like, why did I get it, or did I have it? Alright, we're going to back up here after this bull demon. And we're just going to continue to pressure our lead as hard as we possibly can. We're going to get a blink, I believe. Yeah, blink is one of those things that basically it allows us to blink on him, force his dash, and then we can dash after him. And he can ult, but ulting in place doesn't really help that much, right? So, or in this situation, since my blink is on cooldown, guess he just gave up. Dude, our crit RNG is absolutely so insane. Yet another F6, guys. Wow. And dude, this character is actually cheat codes, man. Like, I'm actually getting so many wins. I was gonna say MMR, but I'm capped, so not that. But we're just farming wins right now. All right, I'll go ahead and skip you guys into at least one more surrender. Or at least one more game, I should say. I shouldn't assume that they're going to have 6, but I'll go ahead and skip you guys into at least one more game. Hopefully it's a good game. If not, maybe I'll end up doing 2 more F6s. Who knows? We'll see. But I'll go ahead and skip you guys into the next one. Thank you so much for watching. All right, guys, we're off into the 6th game. We're against yet another Hachiman. Dude, people love their hunters, except they're not playing Medusa today. I swear I go against Medusa a lot. But for whatever reason, it is just not happening much today. All right, so we leveled up all our abilities. We popped our 1. We actually... we're intelligent this time. We thought with our brains. Go us. I actually switched up my skin because I didn't even know I had this skin. And I don't even know when this skin came out or what tier it is or what, but all I know is my favorite color is red, and I kind of like this skin, man. I would have used this from the beginning if I knew I had it, or that it existed for that matter. But it's kind of a nice little red snaky snake. So that's what we're gonna use from here on out. Random skin change, no reason as far as the video is concerned. We're just doing it, man, doing it to it. Oh, hello. I kind of just want to like use these shots to put it on cooldown really quickly. He's smart to not want to fight us, because why would he want to fight us? We're Medusa at the end of the day. Also, we have a wing shard, he has a claw shard. He actually is pushing up though. Looks like he, alright, we're popping our horrific, then we're popping our wing shard. Trying our best to land every auto here. It's gonna take him a second to back because we did put the dot on him. Looks like he's choosing not to back. He's just gonna heal with his potions. We should get red pressure off of that though. Also, I got distracted there at the beginning because, I heard children's yelling. I was like, dude, what the heck's happening out there? Are people dying? But I think it's just kids playing in the street with a skateboard. I think they're riding a skateboard. which is actually kind of rare around here. The kids around here don't really play outside that much these days. Granted, it has been cold a lot, so that's probably a part of it. But either way, the point is I was shocked for a wee moment there. Thought someone was dying. But it was just children playing in the street. Looks like he's committed, man. Oh, what? No way. He's committed to the long haul. But once I hit 5, I think we should be able to kill him here. Should be doing just fine. He is out clearing me here because, you know, something about me, like, completely missing my Medusa spit or something of that nature. Alright, he could have just dashed that, I'll be honest. I was trying to just force him out and then go straight for the red. Like, he was either going to ult it or dash away. It's super low HP and probably just give me red. But then he just didn't do that. And he just allowed me to ult him. I don't know. So we're going to back up here. We don't want to risk clearing that wave because if he does come back and he has his ult and he doesn't go straight for the blue buff, he can kill us pretty easily. So we're not going to allow him to do that. So we're going to back up. I'm not going to go straight to my blue either because I don't want him to be able to get this rock for free. Oh, he already did get the rock. What the? I feel like that was so fast, man. Banner OP, I guess. So we have minion advantage here, and we have a wing shard. Okay, so he did ult away. There's minions there, though, so I can splash off the minions onto him. A classic Medusa trick. I mean, not really a trick, but something you can do with Medusa, classically. Be right back. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna pretend like I have like the most exhilarating experiences of my life recording Duel like by myself because like while I do enjoy recording because it feels satisfying, like I like to see the numbers go up or down and whatnot, right? And it feels rewarding. I enjoy the process of uploading YouTube videos. Sometimes recording can be a little bit boring because I'm just like talking to myself in my room with no music and, you know, no live chat to like, you know, respond to the things I'm saying, etc. Right? So I get kind of bored, generally speaking, but this one in particular has been extra boring. Because don't get me wrong, some people will be like, "How is it boring, dude? You're killing people. Isn't that fun? Like you're beating people up. Like isn't that so fun?" And like, yeah, it got a good couple good laughs out at first, but now it's just getting to the point where it's like, this isn't even competitive, bro. Like I'm just playing Medusa halfway decent. Not even that well, halfway decent and running at people. It's almost too easy, you know? This character is broken. It's almost too freaking easy at this point. You know, struggling from success, I suppose. Also, I mean, to be fair, I did say at the beginning, Medusa's not really like my favorite hunter to play. Like, I don't hate her, I just don't love her, you know? She's okay. She's alright. We're gonna ult the minion wave and him together. Use our 2 as we're walking up. That is something I haven't really mentioned too much that I should. Is you'll notice I do that a lot, and it's on purpose. Like we do it for a reason.
I'll make him feel.
And heals. Hopefully he doesn't get that red buff, or if he does get it, he dies for it. But we do that a lot because the 2, you don't slow down as you're casting the 2. So you want to use it while you're like moving forward. You want to use it while you're chasing them, because unlike auto attacks, where like if you auto attack, you slow down, right? The 2 you don't. So sometimes I try to use it before I auto attack, so that way I can get a little bit closer and then start blasting them, right? Use it as like a chase tool. Even though it doesn't really help you chase, it just doesn't hurt you from chasing. Right there, we just simply used it to finish him off because it's actually faster to use my 2 there than wait for another auto attack, right? Because the auto attack would slow me down, and like the auto attack would come out slower and also would slow me down as far as trying to leave the tower goes. So gonna pop a few autos onto that, then we're gonna back up. Actually, I want to stay because I want to contest this rock, which is such a bad idea, by the way. This is a terrible idea, but I'm gonna do it anyways. kind of like remembered as I was hitting him. I was like, dude, why am I not critting him super, super hard? And then I like kind of remembered that he went defense first. Nobody else in this video, as far as I remember, went defense first item. Pretty sure they are, or second item, I should say. So I kind of just insta-killed them. Oh my god, dude. I kind of just insta-killed them. This guy actually did go defense, so he can sit there and take my crits a little bit. Now, he still loses the fight normally, right? But assuming I'm like 1 HP, like I was right there, he actually can win that fight just because he doesn't get one shot, right? He can sustain some of my damage. If he had a damage item, second item, I probably would have just insta-killed him there. And even though his damage would have went up as well, because he has a damage item, I definitely would have just insta-killed him, I think. Assuming I got decent crit RNG. So we do have movement speed advantage here because of the chesters. We're going to ult him and the minion wave. Like, did I even hit him with that ult? I did. It just doesn't do that much damage because he has a full defensive item.
Be right back.
We're going to back and hopefully make it back before the chester spawns.
Rock solid.
Would be ideal. And I'm going to get the blink again because I still want to try to snowball this guy, even though he is smart because he is going defense second and he's playing pretty passive now. So, you know, this guy might be one of the people that actually don't F6. We'll see. Oh wait, he just dashed. Okay, that was dumb. I don't know why he dashed towards the meteor. I guess he just assumed I would walk through lane, which in my opinion, walking through lane is, it's not like it's always bad, but usually when I'm trying to go for a gank play or just anything, dude, you're too sick. I try not to walk through lane for that exact reason. You can catch people off guard. I actually won a game yesterday. Maybe it was the day before, I don't remember. But I won a game here recently that I shouldn't have won. I was actually losing really hard. And I was getting snowballed on. And the person just dashed to Bull Demon to go do it. And I actually won the game off of them throwing, like, by dashing at literally the exact same spot that guy just dashed. We're going to pick up this here orb. Then we're going to hit the tower. I'm not going to message this guy back because, first of all, I don't know if he's being sarcastic or not. But also because I kind of want him to F6. Like, don't get me wrong. It works both ways. I'd like you guys to see, like, a long competitive game. But, yeah. This isn't going to be that, to say the least. I was trying to find, like, a nice way to put that, but this isn't going to be a long competitive game. So, and also I kind of want it to be like an F6 montage. Like I said, I mean, I'll definitely put this in the video regardless of whether it's an F6 or not, because it might as well be an F6. I'm snowballing so freaking hard. But it would be better for content's sake if he F6'd, I think. Maybe we can still put this in the thumbnail or the title, something about F6ing if we just make him F6, right? It doesn't matter if it was like an early game F6. I never said anything about early game F6s. We just gotta make him F6, right? So that's what we have to do. We have to blink on him and make him F6, and hopefully he doesn't allow us to kill the Titan. Because like I said, I'll add it either way, but for content's sake, I think it'd be better if we made him F6. One thing I will say is, by the way, I normally don't go 4th item Deathbringer. I'm doing this specifically because I'm trying to, like, one-shot him really quickly and make him sad and depressed in F6. I'd probably go, like, last item Deathbringer in most builds. Like I said, I'll talk about that at the end of the video. Alright, well, he's gone. Kind of wasted my horrific a little bit there. Wait, he missed his horrific. Is that even possible? Is it even possible to simply miss a horrific? Okay. Well, we did get him to, oh, we didn't get him to F6, but we did kill him. Dude, he's not gonna F6, man. It's actually ruining my whole plan. What the heck? As you can see, because of the fact that I don't have pen, my my autos don't hit that hard, or my crits don't hit that hard. I'd say it's still worth it to get this, but it is worth mentioning that I'm really not critting that insanely hard. But if I buy like a Silver Branch or a Dominance next, I think either one would do the job just fine. Which one's cheaper? Dominance is 50 gold cheaper, but I think I'm gonna go Silver Branch, and hopefully we get a crit within our first 4 autos on the Viper Shot, because that's where we get the power from. The attack speed, right, on the one. I think he has ult, so he might actually be able to catch us out. We don't want that, obviously. Alright, we're gonna back here so we can heal our tower a little bit while we're backing. We might be going to Bull Demon, that could be interesting. I wonder if he's gonna lose the Phoenix to the minions. I don't know. Depends how fast these other minions die. But this guy is holding on, man. He is holding on for dear life. He is not trying to lose this game. He's waiting for late game. Gonna win late game, surely. He got an oboe just for the fire minions. Interesting. Oh yeah, now our crits are hitting hard because we have Silver Branch power. I mean, it's either you or the Phoenix, man. It's either you or the Phoenix. Oh, he F6! I was actually going to end there. I 100% was going to end, but he F6. Let's freaking go, baby. No way. Alright, I think I'm going to queue up one more. We actually did get a decent game this time, but it was still just kind of a blowout. And I'm just going to round out the video, because I think we're close to an hour, and I want to get to an hour. If we go over an hour, that's fine. Actually, yeah, no. If we go over an hour, that's fine. But I'm going to queue up one more. I'm going to give the MMR gods one more chance to, you know, place us against somebody who's going to defeat us, or give us a Medusa mirror or something of that nature, right? I'll go ahead and skip you guys into the next game. Thank you so much for watching. All right, guys, we're on to the whatevereth game at this point. Game 6, Game 7. I don't even know. It's been a lot of games. But we're against an Anubis. We're finally against a magical. I'm excited. We're definitely going to start our Lacerate. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, we're going to start our 3 again. Pop our 2 in the base. Be smart. Not like half the games in these video, or in this video, where I was an idiot. I think we are going to go the beads. Safe bet versus Anubis, so we're not going to have our handy dandy horrific, which sucks, but we'll make do, no problem. I'm going to rush up here to the red buff. Oh, and one thing I should have mentioned at the beginning, although I think a lot of you guys know this by now, but some of you probably don't. Another reason why Medusa's early game, it's not her early game specific, it's just while this video is on the topic of her early game being strong. Another thing about her early game, that reason why I think she's good into other hunters, is her passive. Medusa suffers no movement speed penalty while side strafing, or half the penalty while moving backwards. So basically she can just sidestep really easily, and it's really annoying to box her as a hunter. So if you pair that with the fact that she has pretty good clear, and the fact that she has arguably the highest DPS out of any hunter at level 3 in the game right now, like that's in the current ban set, you put those things together, and it just makes her incredibly annoying to go against as a hunter. As anything, honestly, but especially as a hunter. Looks like he is at a blue buff somewhere, which is good for us. We get a free red buff. Probably going to look to kill him on wave 1 here. Yep, that's a classic Anubis play. Usually they like cancel their one a little bit faster to try to wrap you, but even if he hit me with the wrap, I would have just beads it and killed him. So what we did there is we prioritized killing him over the minion wave. We popped our wing shard and we went on him as fast as possible, and we get away with it pretty easily because we just do a ton of damage, and Anubis is an incredibly squishy character. But also, and this isn't a huge deal, but we did walk into his one at one point or another, and the minions probably hit him a little bit. Although we are a ranged character, I usually go against him as melees. So I'm used to the walking into him and making him tank the minions a little bit longer than usual. Maybe I didn't make him take too much. I thought he was going to ult. Alright. He's kind of just dead either way. I thought he was going to ult, and I don't even know why I was that scared of him, to be honest, considering we have a red buff and a finished item, and he doesn't have Bancrofts yet. Anubis' early game ult is really, really strong, but mainly when he's low HP with Bancrofts, that's when it like is actually like broken, arguably, right? So I think we're going to buy a proximity ward in the early game here, just because Anubis is a very immobile character, and we might be able to catch him out and actually hit him with a really impactful slow, right? I just scared the crap out of him, man. I heard another skateboard, dude. I guess it is warming up. The kids are coming back out to play. Not used to it, man. It was so cold for so long. It was so cold. Alright, we're gonna go over here, secure ourselves a Rocky Boy. He does have the Bancrofts now, so we don't want to let our lead go to our head. We still can win the fight pretty easily, but at the same time, we do still have to play it correctly at the end of the day. We can't just end into him. We no longer have our red buff. We do have the little ticky guy, though. Scepter. Oh, I can't hit him with an auto attack, man. Oh my goodness. Oh, I couldn't. I mean, don't get me wrong. I normally don't talk that much while I'm in combat, like in these videos. But like that time, I was like even thinking about talking. I was like, okay, we kind of got him here, but like I was gonna talk about my thought process, but my thought process was actually just being scared, man. Anubis early game. I've talked about this a few times in videos here recently. Anubis is one of those characters that like. I rarely ever lose to him, but I do, in fact, find a way to die to him way more often than I would like to admit. Because I don't really respect his early game, and I try to contest him, and I try to, you know, fight him. Like right there, for example, the moment I got wrapped, I probably should have just ran away, but we opted to take the fight. Why? Because, why not, man? You know, like, why not? I mean, I don't have my 1, but I still think I can hold my ground against this guy. I anti-healed him with my 1, or with my 2 rather, and he's dead. I would not be surprised if this is another F6. He's trying way too hard to get that scepter when he doesn't even have his ult up. In fact, I don't even know why he thought that he could get that. It's super weird by him, but whatever. Like, why would a mage be able to stand toe-to-toe with an early game hunter that's 3-0 right there? Doesn't even make sense. Now imagine I had enough gold to have a boomerang in that fight, because I was almost, like if you remember back, I was actually really close to getting a boomerang, and if I did have a boomerang in that fight, it would not have been anywhere near close. And now we do have the boomerang, we still have our red buff, and we have a potion of power. Mainly just ulting the minion wave there so I can go on him, because we do have crit. So we kind of just one-shot him, and it's GG, he's gonna F6. Well, it's 5 minutes in, man. And it's 5 minutes in and you've died 5 times. You're not gonna F6? Hello? Alright, we're gonna make him F6. F6, man. Thank you. Oh my god. That was kind of rude. That was kind of toxic, I won't lie. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do for content, man. Like I said before I hop out of here, although I do think we're pretty close to the 1 hour mark. I think we're over the 1 hour mark of the video, but I am going to go over even more because, like I said, I'm going to explain my thought process, my build thought process. Say GG to that guy, even though he's probably mad at me for what I just did to him. But also, before we get into the build, I just want to say really quickly, I did not skip any games. Like, I did not only show you guys F6s and not show you guys the non-surrenders. I did not skip losses or anything like that. I literally just played Medusa as many times as I could in a row. This game right here, the Gilgamesh game, was because Medusa was banned, and I didn't show you guys that, right? So this has just been 7 Medusa games in a row, with the exception of 1 Gilga game. 7 Medusa games in a row. I don't know what else to say. Like, that's just the truth. Going to the Medusa's God Builder here. I mean, I think you guys know. Oops. I think you guys know exactly how I feel about the first two items. Me personally, I try to go Bladed Boomerang every single matchup if I can. The only ones I wouldn't is if I was against a super tanky warrior that also has sustain, like Surtur, for example, in which case I might go second item Xe. But even against Surtur, I think Boomerang's just good. Like, it's just an overall really good staple pickup. If you're one of those people that like Aussie, matter of fact, let me tab out so I can mute Medusa's little noises she makes in the background for you guys. If you prefer, you can go second item Aussie and it would be fine, or you can go second item defense and it would be fine. This is an okay way to play the game. It's not really a big issue. It's just not the way I do it, and it's not the way I would recommend to you guys because, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, Aussie is safer. So if you want the safe bet, just go with it. It's perfectly fine. But I'm going to tell you guys what I would have built in most of these games, which is Boomerang, into defense next, into Silver Branch, and even if you're not overcapping on Silver Branch, in fact, I'm pretty sure if you look at my entire build here, you actually don't, right here, this is entirely up to you which one you want. You can go Dom, which is going to give you more damage. That's usually what I would build. Or you can go Aussie, which is going to give you sustain and pretty decent damage as well, which you most certainly can go Aussie there. In fact, there's an argument to say that Aussie does, well, actually, no, never mind. I was going to say because Aussie has flat pin, right? But it doesn't anymore. They changed that a while back. That was my fault. So yeah, I would just go Dom here. You could also go Aussie. So I'm just going to like put this here for an example. You could go Aussie. It would be perfectly fine. And then I go last item Deathbringer. More specifically, this glyph here. Boom, boom. And you'll notice in this build, you don't overcap your attack speed, like in most situations, maybe if you have Berserker Shield, but you don't actually get any value from the Silver Branch aside from the fact that, well, comparatively to Xe, you get pen up front, whereas Xe you have to stack it, which is pretty bad in my opinion. But you don't get any value out of the Silver Branch aside from when you pop your 1. But that's what you should be doing, is fighting around your 1. And I mean also because when you pop your 1 and you hit them, you're going to crit them for 5 billion damage. And yes, I know what you all are thinking. What if they build Spectral? OMG. Yes, the build's still good into Spectral. The build is still good. In fact, you would want Dominant. If they go double defense, the Dominance is much better than the Aussie, by the way. In fact, I'm just going to remove it. Even if they go Spectral, this build is still very strong. It hurts them a lot. A very, very good build overall. Now, the one thing I will say is if you don't want the Silver Branch gives you, like, in this build in particular, I think I tested it in jungle practice, it gives you like 90 something power, just the passive alone when you pop your 1. And so for those 4 autos, they're going to hit really hard. But also if you use your abilities when your 1 is up, you get extra power on them. So you pop your 1, you get Silver Branch stacks, then you throw your ult, then you throw your 2, then you dash, etc. So it has a lot of potential in that sense. It also helps you burst Bull Demon, helps you burst the Titan in short little intervals, helps you kill the Phoenix faster in short little intervals, right? Burst. But if you're just not a Silver Branch lover, this build would be perfectly fine if you swapped out the Silver Branch and you just put like an Aussie in there and you can go like this. That would be fine as well. You're just going to be lacking a lot of power. You're going to get some lifesteal, but you're going to have a lot less power when you pop your 1. So it's not what I would prefer to do, but if you want to do it, that's perfectly fine. One last thing I will mention before I head out here is that if you're against a double defense warrior who has a lot of HP, they're just building mid-guard, stuff like that, right? And you really just aren't feeling this, you're not feeling this Deathbringer, for example, you could just go Kins. Could go Kins over a Deathbringer, that'd be perfectly fine. If you really wanted to double down on trying your very best to kill these super tanky targets, you could swap out the Silver Branch for an Xe, right? And it would be perfectly fine as well. But even into tanky targets, I oftentimes go this build. The only times I go the Xe and Kins and stuff like that is when they're like absurdly tanky, when they have like multiple HP items and stuff like that. I just go this in most situations. Now, with that being said, sorry, I had to mute there for a second to cough. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. I hope this was an entertaining enough video, me just stomping people into the ground and and making them F6 in a sad way. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.